this is Default here, and welcome to a Feed the Beast tutorial. I've been playing Feed the Beast for a while now, since a couple months. Just been playing around, just got started in the Direwolf 20 1.6.4 mod pack, and I am loving it. It's absolutely awesome. So, what I have here for you today is a complete Iridium production facility using Applied Energistics and Industrial Craft 2. Now in 1.6.4, they made the creation of UU matter and Iridium a lot more complicated and a lot more time consuming. So what I have here for you is I have a little ME system that's powered by a high voltage solar array. In here I have a bunch of scrap boxes just to make the UU matter production a little faster. I have a ton of solar, and I mean a ton of solar arrays back here, so that I can power my mass fabricator, my scanner, and my replicator. To get the power over there, I'm using ME P2P tunnels, as you can see in Wayla up here. They are set to EU mode, so that, and using the ME bus memory card, they've been stored to transmit from here to the back of all of these machines. The pattern storage doesn't need energy, which I think is pretty cool, but then again, it's probably taking some energy from the replicator, since the replicator has to access the storage here in order to replicate. So what I have right now is the mass fabricator off. As you can see here, any Industrial Craft 2 machines, if you apply a redstone circuit to it, it will either turn it off, or with the induction furnace, it will keep it at whatever heat it is. And right here I have another P2P tunnel, point-to-point tunnel, that in liquid mode, so that the input is here and the output is here on the replicator. So what you do is, first off, you want to start up your mass fabricator, and you want to set up, I guess, in Direwolf's multiplayer server, he has a bunch of igneous extruders that make cobblestone, and in turn they make a buttload of scrap boxes. So I simulated that just by making a bunch of scrap boxes, just going over here, putting them all in, and so on and so forth. By the way, algorithm, thank you for adding the shift double click functionality to ME. That saved me a lot of time clicking all these scrap boxes in here. But yeah, so set up your mass fab with a precision export bus set to stack mode with scrap boxes from your ME system. They'll go into here, the UU matter will go into here. Once you set the point-to-point tunnel to liquid mode, and oh, right, you also need the fluid ejector upgrade, which is pretty simple, just need 10 plates and an electric motor. You have to add that upgrade to the mass fabricator so that it ejects the fluid into the point-to-point tunnel. If you don't have that upgrade, it will not put it into the point-to-point tunnel, as far as I know. At least whenever I didn't have it in, it wouldn't go in. So you have the liquid go into here, and then it goes through and it goes to this point-to-point tunnel, which is connected to your replicator. As you can see, I've been having it running for a little bit. This is the first Iridium, piece of Iridium ore that I've made so far, and it's like, you can see how long it takes. You need 22 buckets of Iridium, or correction, UU matter, and you need 1 million EU, which is a ton. And I already tried scanning the Iridium reinforced plate. It won't work. You cannot, I say again, you cannot, sorry about that. Go away, go away. Thank you. Actually, oh, right, this isn't 1.7. Anyway, so you cannot scan the Iridium reinforced plate. It gives you an error, so you shouldn't even try. But you can, I don't have any Iridium on me. You can scan Iridium itself. So you put iridium ore in here, it scans it. When it successfully scans it, it will destroy your ore. So in order to get this entire process running, you have to find a piece of iridium ore, and you find that in dungeons, in dungeon chests. And once you have your scanner, you put a crystal memory disk here, which is made, where's it? First, you have to make the raw crystal memory, which is with pulverized obsidian and silicon dioxide, which you need to pulverize a clay block, and you'll get 2 clay dusts, and then you put that in a thermal centrifuge, and you get silicon dioxide. So you get that, and then you make a crystal memory raw, you put that in a furnace, it will cook it to the crystal memory empty, and you will get this little item right here. Now, when you first open up the scanner, it will say error, no memory, no storage location. You have to put a crystal memory in here. It'll still say error, no storage location, but don't worry about it, it works just fine. And then you put your iridium ore here, and then you can see it's scanning. It will scan it onto the crystal memory. Once it finishes scanning to the crystal memory, you bring it over here to your pattern storage. You put the disk in here, you click the import from crystal arrow right here, and then when you go over to the next pattern, you'll see you have iridium ore. Now, the reason why you need the pattern storage is because the replicator cannot take disks. There is absolutely no place where it can take disks. It takes the patterns here from the pattern storage, okay? So you have to have a scanner, pattern storage next to a replicator, or else it won't work. So you just take the disk, put it in here, click import from crystal, it'll get the pattern, and then you can use it in your replicator. So, as you can see, Iridium ore, 22 buckets of UU matter and 1 million EU. Something I realized while I was testing this is once you get up to 100% EU, you can put overclocker upgrades in here, like this. You can get overclocker upgrades right here, and if you put 16 in, the EU required doesn't go up. Well, it does, but the speed at which, like the amount of UU, or correction, EU that it is stored does not go down. I'm sure that's a bug, they're probably going to fix it eventually, but the UU matter gets processed a lot more quickly. As you saw, it just floored it, just completely ate up all the UU matter in here. So what I suggest is setting up some sort of system that detects when this replicator no longer takes in any energy, because right now it is not, like, it's not eating up energy at all. It's stored it all. It's not asking for any more, whatever. So once it's at 100%, you stick the overclockers in here, and your UU matter usage in here will just increase substantially. So I am going to go over a little ways, and I'm going to show you how I built it. Just have this little command block set to teleport me 1,000 blocks over. So here's my Planet Energistics ME system. Just any source of power. You don't need much. You need an ME controller, which you see is now getting powered. An ME drive where you put whatever storage you have. You can put whatever you want in there. And an ME access terminal. Once you have that, I suggest creating a lot of power. A lot of power. You need tons. You need so much power, it is ridiculous. It's kind of stupid how much power you need right now for all of these machines. But thankfully, what's great about all of the IC2 cables is even though they can only take, as you can see, 8,192 EU per tick. Hey guys, just thought I'd try and explain this a little better. What I was talking about, the Industrial Craft 2 cables, what I meant was the since the Cable can only take 8,192 EU per tick. That is per a single source. So if you have, let's say, some copper cable, and let's try an MFE. If you have some copper cable, you have an MFE, which outputs at 512, and let's grab something that we know uses 512, mass fab. If you have a whole bunch of copper cable, and you bring out, let's say, this is 512, it should be 32, maybe? Yeah, no, this is 128. So, the copper cable can only take 128, but if you put a bunch of copper, or a bunch of solar arrays on connecting to that one cable, I'm not getting burned, I'm not getting hurt, the MFE is increasing, the MFE's power is increasing, but the mass fab is still working. So you can have as many of one item that does not create power more than what the cable can use connected to one output, and it'll still take all of that power. All right? Just hope that clarifies it for you. But what's great about that is once you put your point-to-point tunnel on there, and you connect that by a cable, and you turn it into EU mode by clicking with any Industrial Craft 2 cable, except for the glass fiber cable. I'm not sure why that doesn't work, but once you do that, you can see the cable connected right there. And now this energy is available to any point on your ME network that is using a point-to-point tunnel. So what I like to do now is load my UU matter thing, make a mass fabricator, a scanner, pattern storage, and your replicator. And now you can go back into AE, take your ME point-to-point tunnel, put them on the back of all of these machines, connect these two with a cable because again the pattern storage does not need power, and you can just connect this straight up to your ME system. And now you take your ME bus memory card and you hold shift and right click here so that this point-to-point tunnel can send to anything you just plain old right click to. So I'm just going to plain old right click on these and bam, they all have power. See, starting to make UU matter and everything's peachy keen. Now, in order to get your scrap in here, you just put a precision export bus. By the way, in order to make any ME component point at the block you're pointing at, hold shift and right click, otherwise it will point away. And then just connect that by ME cable, and oh right, I have to get scrap in here. So in order to do that, you do what Direwolf did and make a bunch of igneous extruders, or you just do what I'm doing right now and cheat it in, which you can easily do. And set this to export stacks. And you can now see that this thing is just going crazy. I'll put that back in here. Now, to get this started, you want a piece of Iridium and a crystal memory disk. So you just put the memory disk in here and put the Iridium ore in there. And it'll start scanning it. And like I said, once you see the scan result, there will be a save option right here. You just click that, it'll save it to the crystal memory. Pop over here to your pattern storage, put the disk here, import from crystal, it'll show up here, and then you can use it in your replicator. Now, to get the liquid UU matter from your mass fabricator to your replicator, put a point-to-point tunnel here, another one on top of here. Make sure that this connects like that. Unfortunately, you can't have more than one item, be it fluid, energy, or items, going through one point-to-point tunnel at a time. So what you could do probably is like set up a tesseract, which they've added capability for putting all three through it at the same time. But anyway, just hold shift, right click here, settings saved to memory card, and right click there. And once you have a pattern in here, the UU matter will start going in. So I'm going to come back and once this does finish scanning, and we'll continue through the process. Oh, I think I realized just now what I forgot in here. It is the fluid upgrade, the fluid ejector upgrade. Put that in here. And yeah, so let's keep waiting for this to finish scanning. 96, 97, 98, 99, and it is done. Alright, so as you can see, it needs 22 buckets UU matter, 1,000 EU, which is 1 million. So once you have the scan result, you just click the save button. It will save it to the crystal memory. You take that over here to your pattern storage, put your disk in here, click import from crystal, then you see a 0 of 1. You can take that out, you can put it wherever. Go to next pattern, you have your Iridium ore, it tells you what you need. Go over here, next pattern, UU matter, and it should start putting the UU matter here. Why is that not working? Maybe I have to do this again? Nope. Let's just break these and see if that works. Oh, they might not have been placed in the fluid mode. That might have been it. I think that was it. There we go. Yep. And now the UU matter is just accumulating into the replicator, and the EU amount is going up. And like I said, you can grab a bunch of overclockers. I'm just going to middle click to get 16. Always wait for the EU to reach 100%, otherwise, as you can see, it goes up to 184,467.44%, which would be roughly 184 billion EU, which you really don't want to have to do, because, well, 184 billion EU is kind of ridiculous. And if you have something that can make that amount of power, then, well, why are you dealing with Iridium? Just make something else, really. So, let's see, and I'll show you the little bug or whatever that I found. Once it reaches 100%, and it'll probably won't take that long since we have a bunch of solar panels over there. Okay, it's now at 100%. You can pop these in here, and your UU matter just starts going down very fast. Fortunately, it's also going up very fast because you have a lot of scrap boxes. And once this reaches 100%, I will be right back and show you what to do with the items in here. Alright, there is one thing that I forgot to mention. It's that there is a cost to using the point-to-point tunnels. It is, I believe, 0.5 unit, 0.5 applied energistics units per point-to-point tunnel. That is energy, so that is around 2 units per tick. And it is 2 per liquid point-to-point tunnel, so that's 4 right there. As well, there is an additional cost on the energy that is flowing in. It is 5% of the energy that's flowing in. So just keep that in mind when you're, oops, whoops, my bad. You're still working? No, you're not working. I think I broke it. Oh, whatever. I'll fix that later. So you can see that the replicator has successfully made 1 iridium ore. No, maybe I should fix it. There. Is that working now? No? Alright guys, I figured it out. All I had to do was break it, replace it, put it into EU mode, hold shift, press right click on the bus memory card, and then just copy the settings over. So, now that we have, alright, one thing, as soon as it finishes with the making the Iridium ore, make sure that you take the overclocker upgrade out again. Otherwise, for some reason, it just stays pinned at 0 and well, considering it needs 184 billion EU, yeah, I guess that's a good reason. So, to get your Iridium out of here, take your precision, where's my import bus? Where's my import bus? There it is. Take your precision import bus, connect it by cabling, and it should just pull the Iridium ore right out of there. So if we go over here to our ME system, we have one Iridium ore. Perfect. Alright guys, that about wraps up this tutorial. I hope you found it useful. I've been looking around YouTube for a while to try and figure out how to make Iridium with all this stuff, but I haven't really found any, so I hope this finds you in good health, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye now.